Dear Washington Paparazzi Consultant, given market forces and changing business conditions, we have been considering the future of our Washington state consultant opportunity. We have determined that the best way forward is to stop offering our consultant opportunity in the state of Washington. But what is actually going on at Paparazzi, and why did this happen?
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Paparazzi Accessories is a multi-level marketing scheme that sells cheap, lead-and nickel-free jewelry for $5 a piece. However, the company has been accused of deceptive practices and operating like a commercial cult, which is what MLMs are. They are cults. Independent testing found lead, nickel, arsenic, and cadmium in some of the jewelry, contradicting the company's claims of being safe. The company has been accused of inventory loading, which means pressuring consultants to buy large amounts of inventory to maintain rank, often leading to financial losses. The company promotes a toxic cult-like environment where questioning leadership is discouraged and consultants are encouraged to go into debt to invest in their business. And like most MLMs, the real money is in recruiting, not selling the product. Most consultants lose money while those at the top profit from their downline's purchases, as we speak about often on my channel. Recently, Washington state consultants were flabbergasted to get this email. Dear Washington Paparazzi Consultant, given market forces and changing business conditions, we have been considering the future of our Washington state consultant opportunity. We have determined that the best way forward is to stop offering our consultant opportunity in the state of Washington. What does this mean for you? You will no longer be a paparazzi consultant on March 31st, 2025. You will qualify for any accrued March 2025 commissions earned between March 1st and March 31st, 2025, which will be paid out as per policies and procedures no later than April 20th, 2025. After cancellation, Washington residents may purchase accessories as customers from other paparazzi consultants at retail prices, but may not enroll as consultants. How embarrassing. Once your account is canceled, you can no longer represent Paparazzi as a consultant, but you can offer for sale your existing inventory and keep the proceeds from the sale. Wow, how nice of them. Any Washington consultant who has remained in good standing with Paparazzi and moves to another state may re-enroll without waiting as normally required by Section 11.5 of Paparazzi policies. Are they expecting people to move? Washington consultants are encouraged to get any information they need from their back office, because on March 31st, 2025, access to accounts will end. Oh no. Goes on to say, Washington inventory buyback. We are very appreciative of your work with Paparazzi and want to share our thanks. While you may keep or sell your remaining inventory, for consultants in the state of Washington, we are offering a generous inventory buyback program. Paparazzi will purchase any of your remaining inventory purchased between January 1st, 2017 and February 28th, 2025 for 100% of the original purchase. But if you bought it in March, then you're shit out of luck. So make sure you don't buy any Paparazzi products. Now you may be wondering why this happened. There is a reason for all of this. Washington AG's office stops alleged jewelry pyramid scheme. AG stands for Attorney General. That's right. The Paparazzi Jewelry Company has agreed to pay $1.9 million and change the way they do business after the Washington State Attorney General's office alleged the company operated as a pyramid scheme. The Utah-based company signed a resolution that in part will send the 7,100 Washingtonians who worked for the company an average of $180 checks, according to the Washington State Attorney General's office. Additionally, the Attorney General's office added that any Washingtonian who sold for Paparazzi can return any merchandise that they purchased after January 2017 for a full refund. Well, up until February 28th, 2025. Our investigation showed Washingtonians were clearly harmed by paparazzi, affirmed Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown. Advertising too good to be true returns on investments is one of the ways companies and individuals strive to deceive Washingtonians. Paparazzi has been ordered to reform its business practices so that it can continue operating in Washington state. This comes after the company reportedly signed a resolution to avoid a lawsuit over violations of the State Consumer Protection Act and Anti-Pyramid Promotional Scheme Act. According to the AG's office, the company must also be more transparent about the expected sales its consultants will likely receive and disclose the materials its products are made of. So it was doing illegal income claims. Attorney General Nick Brown's release revealed paparazzi advertised its products as free from lead and nickel. But the company's own testing revealed that they contained both heavy metals. So now their own testing is showing that their products have heavy metals. It goes on to say that the Washington Attorney General's office also included a recent list of what they call key consumer protection victories. Everything will be linked down below. So what does this mean for paparazzi? Well, luckily for us, paparazzi has responded.
This past Friday, we announced that we will no longer be offering the consultant opportunity in the state of Washington. Since that time, some, online and elsewhere, have been making unfounded statements about why we made this decision.
Okay.
We cooperated with Washington as we analyzed all our options. We have operated 14 years in Washington, but now Washington has asked us to either change everything or else. We have decided to stop offering the business opportunity in the state.
Well, they just asked you to follow the law or else.
State of Washington. Last night, the Washington State Attorney General's office issued a false statement about our agreement we made, and we are working to correct that. Our products will continue to be sold retail to all of our customers who live in Washington. It was a difficult decision, but one we believe allows for the majority of paparazzi consultants to continue.
Okay.
We have seen the opportunity empower individuals.
Well, yeah, I guess you can't keep selling the jewelry like, it includes lead.
Foster confidence and strengthen community. And we want this to continue. Now, more than ever, America needs community.
Weird.
As some continue to take away opportunities, we will continue to fight for people and their rights to build a future.
Not that deep.
That is the answer. Unfortunately, for those critics trying to fabricate a story, it is that simple. Over the past 3.5 years, we have worked with regulators reviewing our product testing and ensuring the quality of our products. After years of analyzing tens of thousands of items and over 100,000 tests, we are confident in the quality of our product. In this review...
But that's not what happened, though. Your tests proved that there were heavy metals in your products. And it's like you guys refuse to accept that. So then Washington Attorney General says, hey, these are dangerous. You can't sell them here. And then you're like saying it's a lie. This is insanity.
Wow. We came across 183 items containing trace amounts that, although not harmful, the results do not meet our standards that we pride ourselves on. For these...
But do you want to chance it? Like, what do you mean there were trace amounts, but they weren't harmful? How much? How come you're not showing us these tests? Come on.
183 items. We have decided to offer a nationwide voluntary buyback if you decide you want to return an item.
Oh, Lord.
Our numerous tests from CPSC certified labs have been reviewed by experts who have determined our products pose no harm and are compliant with applicable regulations for adult jewelry. However,
apparently not.
To confirm our commitment to you, we have decided to offer this buyback. I want to explain the stringent testing our product goes through so that you can understand how it works. First, our factories deliver tested product that they ensure meets all regulations. Now, we don't just take their word for it. Upon receiving this inventory into our warehouse located in China, we perform a confirmation testing program on every single SKU. where we randomly select product from multiple boxes of each item.
Okay.
This then gets tested to ensure that what they delivered is compliant. We do this independent testing at CPSC certified labs. These are international labs certified by the U.S. federal government for testing consumer products. Our labs that we use are specifically certified for jewelry items and all applicable testing requirements.
Okay.
Now, there are some who created a narrative about our product's quality.
Oh, no.
They continue to post bogus reports from Waypoint Analytical. Waypoint is an agricultural testing firm that is not approved by CPSC. They are not accredited with CPSC and appear to have no experience testing consumer products, especially jewelry.
Wow.
Nor do they appear to have knowledge of any applicable regulatory standards for jewelry.
Wow.
These bogus tests reflect the accuracy and intelligence of those touting them.
Oh, yeah?
Ensuring the quality of our product comes at an enormous cost to us. Having this testing allows us to grow confidently into the future. No item is ever loaded onto a shipping container to come to the United States without proven tests validating its quality.
Okay.
We are grateful to have this lengthy quality analysis behind us. And we are excited to continue offering high quality products at an extremely affordable price.
Just not in Washington. According to the Paparazzi website, the metals found in paparazzi accessory pieces are primarily iron and include other trace minerals. Those trace minerals are made up of a metallic alloy of either zinc, steel, or aluminum. Before our jewelry is sold, Paparazzi tests its jewelry for chemicals of concern using labs that are accepted by the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission. Paparazzi accessories are not hypoallergenic. Some are made of actual leather, while others are made from synthetic leather or suede, which is a mix of plastics and fabric. It's the same type of material found in many shoes, jackets, and other apparel, so of course not harmful. While some people may be more sensitive to the smell of these items, not harmful, they assure us. Then they say removing the bracelets from the plastic they are packaged in will help the smell dissipate more quickly if desired. So, it's not looking great. In January of 2022, several anti-multi-level marketing advocates actually commissioned a lab to test paparazzi jewelry for toxic metals. Unfortunately, the jewelry was found to be harmful. It did have cadmium, lead, nickel, and etc. In February of 2022, Paparazzi Accessories actually removed the lead and nickel-free claim from their website. The website used to actually state lead-free and nickel-free. The date shown in the first picture is November 20th, 2021, and on January 9th, it was changed, and the lead-free, nickel-free was removed. Seems a little sus. In April of 2022, there was a class action that alleged that Paparazzi had falsely advertised some of its jewelry and other products as lead and nickel free. That case is still pending. But in October of 2023, there was a case settled about the toxic contaminants in their jewelry. Unfortunately, though, the details are confidential. This article even mentions that there have been quite a few class actions that have been settled or are still in play that relate to paparazzi lying about what's in their jewelry. It is nearly impossible to find this test of the jewelry that paparazzi claims it did that proves that there is none of this stuff in its jewelry. It appears any public information available shows that their jewelry does in fact have these heavy metals. And it is worrisome, especially when paparazzi is promoting that everything is lead-free and heavy metal free. So again, what does all of this mean for paparazzi now that they are no longer allowed to operate in Washington state? Like, what did the Attorney General say? The consent decree between the state of Washington and Paparazzi LLC, along with its owners Misty Kirby, Trent Kirby, Chantel Reeve, and Ryan Reeve, resolves allegations that the company operated as an illegal pyramid scheme in violation provision of the Consumer Protection Act, CPA, and the Anti-Pyramid Promotional Scheme Act, APSA. Under the terms of the consent decree, Paparazzi and its owners have agreed to pay a total of $1.9 million US. The consent decree includes several specific injunctive provisions aimed at ensuring compliance with state laws and protecting consumers. Key provisions include business practice revisions. Paparazzi is required to alter its business operations to comply with Washington's Consumer Protection Act and Anti-Pyramid Promotional Scheme Act. This involves restructuring their sales and recruitment strategies to eliminate elements characteristic of pyramid schemes. Transparency and advertising standards. The company must enhance transparency in its advertising, particularly concerning potential earnings for sales consultants. This ensures that income representations are accurate and not misleading to prospective consultants. Product return and refund policies. Paparazzi is obligated to implement a process allowing consultants to return unsold merchandise purchased after January 2017 for a full refund. Additionally, they must establish a claims process for refunds related to jewelry found to contain lead and nickel, addressing prior advertising claims that these products were free from such heavy metals. In other words, the amounts were to the point that Washington State Attorney General said you need to tell people that these heavy metals are in these products and cannot claim that the products are free from them. These provisions are designed to prevent future violations and protect Washington consumers from deceptive business practices. It was interesting how it also showed Paparazzi an example of an income disclosure statement. One of the provisions was that they would have to include one if they continued business in Washington. And of course, they pulled business in Washington instead. However, let's just quickly take a look, since it's something we discuss on my channel quite often. Proper income disclosure statements. As you can see, it says Paparazzi U.S. disclosure statement for, and you would put the year there, and then the year outcomes for participants in Paparazzi. And then you would have to show that most Paparazzi participants lost money in the year. We know it wouldn't be earned. And what they all made. You can do this by showing the share of participants in percentages that made each amount. So who made $1 to 1,000, who made 1,000 to 5,000, who made over 5,000, and you show the percentage of distributors that made that. Then you would explain it. Profit equals money received from Paparazzi plus any additional retail income minus money paid to Paparazzi for the year. Participants lost money if their profit was negative. And then financial outcomes. The graph above shows the share of Paparazzi participants who earned a profit or loss in their Paparazzi business in, and then if it was 2025, you'd put 2025. It includes all individuals who participated in the Paparazzi business opportunity in the U.S. in 2025. Expenses. The graph above includes money participants paid to Paparazzi for fees, starter kits, product purchases, tickets for conventions or training programs, shipping and handling, and sales aids. Possible additional expenses not represented in the graph above may include additional fees or tickets for conventions or other training programs, travel, lodging, and food, childcare, packaging and shipping, purchasing product from other consultants, and other business expenses. Cancellation or refund policy. By law, Paparazzi must buy back all currently marketable inventory purchased within the past year for a refund of no less than 90% of the purchase price if requested by a business opportunity participant. In other words, they're only doing that because the Attorney General in Washington State is telling them to. Paparazzi cannot pay less than 90% of the purchase price by subtracting or deducting other amounts, including but not limited to deducting shipping costs, bonuses, or retail income from the refund. beginning with 2025 IDs. Retail sales between participants are whatever number percentage of whatever the year 2025. Retail sales were retail sales between and among participants. So these are the things that have to be included in their income disclosure statement. And they were told that they would have to include this if they wanted to continue doing business in Washington state. And they were like, no, thank you. They were also told that they would have to warn against what was in their products. And they were like, no, thank you. So what do you think about paparazzi leaving Washington state? Do you think that they're doing it just to save their own asses because they don't want to tell people what their jewelry is actually made of and they don't want to include income disclosure statements? Let me know down below. Like always, stay safe and stay skeptical, and I'll see you all really soon with another one. I love all your faces. Bye!
Queen of Karma.